have a question, and I just probably need some conversation around it. I recently, we're in June, so in May, I traveled from Florida to Wisconsin. I get out of Florida for the hot, steamy weather. So Mona and I travel up. Now, I'm a road warrior. I always prided myself on being a road warrior. I can get behind that wheel and go for 12 hours straight. Poor Mona probably wanted to be like out after 8, and just so you know, we stop every 3 hours. Mona's stretched, I stretch, pee, the whole thing. But this past trip, I couldn't do it. I went 8 hours, I stopped, stayed overnight. Went another 8 hours, stopped, stayed overnight. Then from where I was, I went to Madison, Wisconsin, because that was like 5 hours, because the cottage is another 3 hours up. And I wanted to get groceries and see some friends and stuff. And so it would have taken me 3 whole days, but it took me 4 days. And I was upset about that, to be very honest, because I didn't have the ability to go down. So sometimes I don't feel like I'm aging, and then all of a sudden it just hits me. And we've all talked about it. We all know, all three of us, we talk about how we take care of ourselves, how we keep our minds sharp, how we work on mindsets, how we work on our business. We don't look for retirement. But there are times when it just slaps you in the face. Am I the only one going through this?
Pick me,
Girl?
pick me. I mean, that is the best way to say it is it slaps you in the face. Like honestly, you all of a sudden you go to do something and what normally would have taken you, a couple of days or whatever, now takes you, much longer. And I mean, I had the same experience with cleaning my family cottage, getting it ready for our renters. And normally, what would have taken me, 2 days, 2 good solid days, was like a 3.5 day thing. And I didn't so much recognize it at like in the time that I was doing it, but like at the end, near the end, like when I was on, that last half day, I was like, wow, this is taking me like way too long. Like, what is my problem here? And I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, you're 69 now, and you just can't do it like you're 39. Like that's the cold hard reality. And I was like, this really sucks. It really sucks. And I don't like that realization. I don't. I'm okay with aging. Like if you were to say what's your thought about aging, it's like, well, I don't really have a problem with it. Like it's okay. It's good. There's so many good things about it. And, I just had another birthday, so I was like, yeah, I'm good. But that really bothered me.
Think it's so funny because I have the energy to do it. Like, I could have pushed myself, I could have, but it's the recovery later on. It is the recovery on the other side. That's where I hit, where I stop myself and I'm like, okay, stop. Are you trying to be young because you always did it this way? Or and you're not really taking care of yourself. So now we know I've had health scares in the past couple of years. So I'm very conscious about taking care of myself.
Mhm.
Um, and so sleep and care is very important to me. And the exercise and the whole thing. And I was like, no, it took you longer, but was able to like, because literally when I got to the cottage, the next day I had to go back to work. And so I worked that whole week. And it was that Friday. I walked in and talked to my partner. I said to him, I know we go out on Friday nights for dinner, but we can't. I have to go grocery shopping because I do not want to move tomorrow. I do not want to be in a car. I do not want to do anything. And I know we can have groceries delivered. I know you can do that Hope stuff, but I live in northern Wisconsin. And if anybody knows about northern Wisconsin, there's nothing close. I have to drive 45 minutes to a grocery store. So it's not an easy task. And I actually took that weekend and just didn't get in a car. I did my workouts. We ate good. We did all that. But I just like decompressed. So on this hand, I was like upset, like, oh my God, it took me so long to get here. And on this hand, I was kind of patting myself on the back saying, you took care of yourself.
You did. You did. Yeah, you did. I mean, I
Yeah.
woke up, there was like one morning I woke up and I went, oh, I'm so stiff. Like, what's my problem? And I was like, oh, do not tell me it's because of the cleaning. Like, please don't tell me this is the reason. And it's like, well, you didn't exactly just run a marathon and you weren't, like doing CrossFit with your kids. So, like, what else was it? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the cleaning. And it's like, yeah, that's like not happy about it. Not happy
Well,
about it.
I had it with the jet lag, and it's was like over a week, and I'm still not at where I should be. And when I came home, I rearranged, I cleaned my whole office, did all the travel laundry and all that, and was full of energy. And I
Mhm.
been like my just moping around. It's just like, oh, I have to get up and go there. That's a lot of energy. And it's just like everything. It's like, one, I gotta eat. Oh, that's a lot of, and it's like, what's going on? And all that it can be is age. That's the only thing because I'm healthy. And it's just like and so what do you do with that? You just go, that's the way it is right now. And I make sure I'm going out for my walks to because I just want to sleep, right? I just want to in the middle of the day, I just want to fall asleep. And so I go, okay, get out there, even though it kills me, but
But that's what I mean. We understand that it's age, but we're also doing things to make sure we're taking care of ourselves.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you said, Tracy G, you went out and you went and did your walks. Like we're doing things that are important for our health. But yeah, we slow down. Like I think about it's been, I think it's almost 3 years since I did my race. And the thought of doing a race again is like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh my God. I do have, I do think about things like doing one again, but then there's like, I don't think so. I want to do something different. I'm like, I don't think I can do an overnighter. Nah, I don't want to do that. Once and done is good enough for me. I'll go watch Amber. I'll stay up all night. And even that, even when I do that now, when I'm in her pit crew and we're up all night or whatever, it's like the third or fourth day in, my son will look at me and he says, you need it? And I'll be like, I need it. And they'll be like, okay. And they rearrange everything. And I go in and get like a 6 hour sleep because I just can't. My body is like, nope, 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 no more. Go to sleep,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
think that's the thing is that you just like for me, that's what I find is that like I used to be able just to push through it, just to get it finished and done
Yeah.
and not that you were compromising on
Nope.
any of that, on anything that was to be done, but I could just push through it and it would be done. It'd be like, okay, we're and I just can't do it. It's like I cannot get on my knees and watch the next bottom shelf. I cannot do it. I'm finished.
But that's what we were taught too, right? We were taught to just
Yes.
push through,
True.
regardless if it's
Yeah.
painful, blah, blah, blah. We
Yeah.
just push through. And it's a
Yeah.
very hard trait to give up
Mhm.
Yeah.
because you've done it your whole entire life.
Well, and that's the thing. So and this is actually what happened to me when I was, doing cleaning. Everybody knows I have a cleaning issue, and I'm like, Monica, 4 times over, it's a problem. We know it's a problem. I need help. Yes, I do it. It's acknowledged. However, when I'm doing this and I'm at that, like I'm at the end of my rope at the end of the day and I'm like really tired and I'm like, I can't, I'm like, okay, do I compromise here and not do what I would normally do? Or do I just go, oh, this is okay. This is okay. What do I do here? I mean, I don't do the compromise. I'm like, no, you got to stop right now because
So is there a third choice?
what's that?
Hire somebody to do it. Hire a cleaning lady.
My God, Michelle, I'd have to give up control. I can't do that.
Why not? Like, I'm like, but then like, think about it. Like, why not? Why, why, why not?
I think if it wasn't that somebody was coming, this is my story. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. I think it's because somebody is coming into that space and they are paying money. I think if somebody was coming into the space or nobody was coming into the space, then yes, I could probably hire somebody and say, okay, I want like a general cleanup done. And I would know what little extras that would have to be done, as well as like the floors and the ceilings and the walls and all of that stuff, right? Like, I think it's because somebody's paying money to come into that space, and I have a story that it has got to be spotless from top to bottom.
And you're the only one that can do that?
Yeah, that's where I'm going with
Uh,
this.
Okay, Tracy, I'm gonna call you out on that one. Okay,
um,
come over and
I'm the
clean my
only one.
home
I'm the
because
only
if
one
you're
who
the only
can.
one that can do it,
I'm the only one who can do it as well as Tracy would like it done. I know it's a problem. It really and truly is a problem.
It is,
It is.
it's a story, like you said, it's a story you're telling yourself.
It is
No
a
offense.
story, and it is. It's really. And this actually gets worse the older I get. I don't know if it's like getting set in my ways or whatever, but yeah, like it's so hard. Like Megs will say, "Okay, I'll take care of this room." And I'll say, "Okay, you go ahead and you take care of that room." And she'll finish the room and she'll come out and she'll say, "Okay, I'm done, but I know you're going to go back in there and redo it." And I'm like, no, I won't. I won't. I promise I won't. And she goes, yeah, okay, Mom. And I try really hard, really, really hard not to see things. Um, but sometimes I just can't help it. And so I'll do the little extra that, maybe got missed.
Question for you. The things that you look for, if
Yeah.
you go into someone else's home, do you look for those exact same things?
You betcha I do.
You do.
I notice it right away.
You pass judgment on that person because it's
No,
not clean.
no, no, oh no, because I know my standards are absolutely ridiculous. I know my standards are like they're not even like it's not, yeah, it's ridiculous.
No offense. You're never come into my house.
Well, people say that they're like, "Oh God, I don't want you coming in for a visit." I'm like,
that's what I'm thinking.
I don't, I know, like I'll notice it, but it doesn't bother me if it's in somebody else's house. But if it's in my house, I'm like, like it just, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna blame my mom. What the hell?
Was just gonna say, where in the past did this happen? Because like we all like clean homes. Like I think all three of us are very proud about our homes. We're very, you know, we make people feel comfortable in our homes. We want, the whole
I'm
thing.
not like this. You know what's interesting though, and this is why I think it's because of people paying to come into that space, into this space. I'm not like this at my own house. I mean, I will do like like a spring clean or, every once in a while I'll like do a deep dive into a room, but like it's not like it's all the
You're
time.
tying your identity to how
I'm
clean your
sorry.
cottage is.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, what?
You're tying your identity to how clean your cottage is. You are tying how those people will judge you.
Um,
Yeah, come on. I
well,
think
if
I
you're,
got something.
I don't think they're, I'm not so sure if it's judging as it is that I think that if I leave the place completely spotless, then they will also leave the place completely spotless, which they do. Like that has been my reality.
Yeah,
Have the
but
same renters all the
it's
time? Do they come
Huh?
back each year?
Yeah, it's the same people all the time.
that's probably why, but I don't think that's a realistic expectation.
What, that they leave it spotless?
The same way that you got it. These people are, but I think if you were to go out in the masses, like if I was to rent a place, yes, I leave things very well cleaned up.
Good.
I'm
You
in a
can wash
hotel.
the floors and stuff before you left.
Wash the floors before I left?
Yeah.
No,
If you're renting a cottage,
no. I've paid you money to rent your cottage and I'll leave it clean
Yep.
and not messy, but I'm not washing
yeah, but
floors.
this isn't an Airbnb situation.
It's still the same thing. I'll vacuum.
Is it
I
though?
will the
I don't
beds
know.
and everything, but
I think Airbnb is a lot different because I think yeah, that to me is different. Like I do Airbnbs and I wouldn't wash that person's floor when I leave. I would vacuum or clean or sweep up or whatever, but
but you're renting your space. You're renting it out
yes.
to another person to come in and use.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not a Airbnb, but it's still a rental place.
Yeah.
We rent a cottage up in Soyuz every year for a
Uh-huh.
week.
Yeah.
And we do all the dishes when we leave. We pull the bedding off, and that's it. And we sweep.
They
We
have to
sweep.
bring their own bedding. They have to bring their own bedding. They have to bring their own towels. They have to bring everything. I will supply pots and pans and dishes and the view, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
but I'm just
rented those.
saying, my point is that I would sweep it, I would pull the bedding, and I would make sure all the dishes are clean. And that's the expectation of the people who own the cottages. And that's our expectation. For me to start washing the floor, this is my holiday. I ain't washing your floor.
Huh. They all do.
Well, you keep your renters because they're good
Yeah,
ones.
I will. They're awesome people because they do. Because I've walked in at the end of them being there and like it smells like Pine Sol or Mr. Clean or whatever it is I've left behind to clean the floors with. And I'm like, awesome job. I don't have to do it now.
no, no. Hmm. Viewer. It's a
This
good
is
point.
like a growing up thing.
I think ask the viewers. What
Yeah.
do you do when you rent? Would you completely wash the floors and everything? So, like myself and Tracy G, I would strip the beds, I would vacuum up, I would make sure everything's neat and tidy and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would wash floors. I don't know. How deep do you get into cleaning when you do are leaving the rental? Put it down in the comments. We would love to hear about it. Also, what do you think? Is Tracy putting her identity in the cleanliness of her home? We would love to hear your thoughts. You've been watching us now for a while, so let us know. Share this with somebody who you think would benefit from this. Make
Another
sure you hit
Monica.
like, huh? Like a Monica. Hit like and make sure you hit subscribe and notifications so you know when our next episode is coming out. Until next time.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.